Hi everybody, welcome to yet another video where we are discussing the pros and cons of following the Hindu religion. In this video, let me answer a few questions about Krishna. This video came about because I had to reply to one of the Hindus on this channel about Krishna, where he asked, did Krishna lie in Bhagavad Gita? To find out that truth, watch the video till the end. My name is Andy and you're watching Gospel in Action. In this channel, I strive to teach all about the Bible, the prophecies, and Hinduism from a Christian perspective. The only thing I would ask you is to kindly watch 2 or 3 videos from this channel. You will automatically subscribe. So, someone asked me, did Krishna lie with his claim to be the supreme personality of Godhead that is stated in Bhagavad Gita? I answered him with a question back. But here in this video, we will delve deep to understand whether Krishna lied or not. I would say the likelihood of him lying is too high because of the reasons I will share in this video. Obviously, Krishna is known for his charisma and wisdom, and we know that he is a central figure in the Hindu mythology. I would rather say that the story of Krishna was real history than mythology. But people do worship Krishna as God because of his direct claim in Bhagavad Gita. At the end of this video, I will also explain other important reasons why Hindus worship Krishna as God. So watch till the end. Please don't miss it. All right? Hindus even consider Krishna as the 8th incarnation of Vishnu. So if you're a Hindu, please watch this video with your minds and not with your emotions. Otherwise, you will get offended. This is my disclaimer or a warning, if you may call it. All right. So before answering the question, let us examine certain unrighteous characteristics of Krishna according to the story we know about him right from the Mahabharata. There might be some righteous characteristics, but if there is even one unrighteous characteristic, Krishna shouldn't be considered as God. Let us look at it with plain sight and with no bias. I have to say this because most people will defend Krishna's actions, saying that he had to behave that way for various reasons. One of such reasons include a promise given to someone in his previous life that he would behave a certain way. This means that Hindus give karmic reasons to defend Krishna's actions. This is absurd in my opinion and belief. So I will not even go into such silly rabbit trails in my analysis and see everything in plain sight. So let us start with a perceivably not so serious unrighteous characteristic of Krishna. Number 1, Krishna was a thief when he was a child. No one will deny the fact that Krishna was a thief. He used to steal butter from everywhere. However, the Hindus will conveniently ignore those acts, saying that they are all childhood mischiefs or innocent pranks of Krishna. My question is this: how can a man who claimed that he knew he was God from his birth steal anything from anyone? So could this behavior of Krishna hint at a disregard of ownership and honesty? I will leave that judgment to you only. You can decide whether God can steal or not. Let us move to the second unrighteous characteristic of Krishna. Second, Krishna was a cheat. What? You don't believe me or what? I don't say a word without proof. In fact, Krishna advised Arjuna to resort to deceitful means in the Kurukshetra war, but all to supposedly uphold the dharma. In my perspective, it is a convenient way to cover up your acts, basically. So if Krishna resorted to deceitful war tactics, will this not raise eyebrows? Not only that, Krishna advised Bhima to aim his attack at Duryodhana's thighs, exploiting a loophole in Duryodhana's invincibility. This, in fact, is also considered a war crime, as none of the fighters must attack each other below their waist in a mace war or a war of clubs especially. Krishna had to resort to such evil means to defeat Duryodhana because that is the only way for Pandavas to win the war. So was Krishna a cheat, manipulating the course of righteousness for his own ends? I will leave that judgment to you only. You can decide whether God can cheat or not. Now, let us move to the third unrighteous characteristic of Krishna. Krishna was a master manipulator. Yes, Krishna implemented various tactics and political moves to weaken the Kauravas. All this was to improve the Pandavas' chances of victory in the war. For example, Krishna arranges for the Pandavas to form alliances with other kingdoms, strategically isolating the Kauravas and diminishing their military strength. Krishna also used many evil tactics to compete against Shakuni, who was the mastermind on the enemy's side. Because of all these acts, Krishna was also considered as being partial towards the Pandavas. If Krishna was God, he shouldn't have shown any partiality. So did Krishna prioritize divine law over the truth, literally eliminating the lines between righteousness and manipulation? Again, I will leave that judgment to you only. You can decide whether God can be partial or be a manipulator. I would like to discuss 4 more very important points about Krishna's unrighteousness. Please come back next week to find out the rest of the 4 reasons why Krishna is not who he claimed to be. In fact, he is a liar and a deceiver, and unfortunately, all Hindus have been brainwashed to think that he is God himself. There is no question that Krishna was the most intelligent human being of his time with the highest IQ, but morally, he is as equal as he can be to an average sinful human being. So how can we depend on the philosophy he taught in Bhagavad Gita and consider it as a divine revelation, right? At most, I can say that Bhagavad Gita is one of the best, if not the best, self-help philosophies ever taught, given the IQ of Krishna. That is only if you ignore all his lies of claiming deity for himself. I would not stop you if you want to admire Krishna's intelligence, but you must have a special place in your heart for God, your creator. You must not replace God with anything. So go ahead and admire Krishna if you want, like a Sachin Tendulkar or a Tom Cruise. But don't make the mistake of giving Krishna the status of God in your hearts. Krishna does not deserve that. Krishna might be the greatest scientist, the greatest doctor, the greatest psychologist, the greatest climatologist, the greatest architect, the greatest kinetic engineer, the greatest musician, or the greatest warrior of his time. It doesn't matter, because he definitely is not God. This is the problem with Hindus. If anyone is so excellent in several fields, they consider that person to be God. I don't blame them, because that is what they were taught and brainwashed from the beginning. They were taught that there is no God. So in their minds, gods are none other than people who have greater abilities than themselves. For example, a superhuman being. So if that is a qualification, Krishna qualifies as a superhuman for them, which he indeed is. But Krishna is definitely not God. And at the end, Krishna also died and did not resurrect himself as well. So literally nothing qualifies him to be God. Trust me, guys. Trust your own scriptures. All right? God bless you all. Let us continue with Krishna's other characteristics next week. I'll see you then.